What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside IFBB Pro.
Cory Matthews in the house.
From Ronnie Coleman Signature Series, man. What an epic workout. Y'all know I love that Yeah Buddy. We've done a lot of stuff on that. Amino Tone America flavor. Obviously, we had the exclusive on that for months. So, damn near a year. So, obviously, we're big fans. We appreciate you coming out here.
Oh, man, I love being here. Thank you guys for having me.
And this is something that, you know, I think is always relevant to ask. Like, you've already done a video on the Olympia pics. I'm like, well, what better way to ask somebody than somebody who gets on stage as an IFBB Pro, and you're probably friends with a lot of these guys. So, you know, obviously, you're probably not biased because you're probably equally friendly with a lot of them because you all roll, right? Like, so my question is, we don't have to get into semantics like Bonham after 10 and this and that, but there's a couple key points to the Olympia. There's Levrone, there's Heath, there's Jackson, who at 74 years old looks better than ever. Maybe I'm exaggerating on stage a little bit. There's Shawn Rhoden. There's, you know, Big Ronnie is always, if he could bring in condition, what the hell does that bring to the table? I mean, you got new guys, Dallas
McCarver.
Yeah.
Justin Compton.
Justin looks ridiculous.
Another guy who I just love his physique, Roley's
a freak.
William Barnett. I love that guy too.
His symmetry. I love his shape.
It's just crazy freaky, right? But I mean, there's a lot of monkey wrenches coming into this Olympia, so it's not. It's going to be really exciting. But if I were to have a pick, my pick last year pretty much is the same pick this year. But I picked last year for Dexter Jackson to win.
Are you calling for an upset?
I'm calling for an upset. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like this here. The only way you're going to beat the king is you got to put him all the way down.
And you got to hope that he doesn't come in.
You got to hope that he doesn't come in. And Phil Heath, I mean, he's still, you know, at the top of his game. If, you know, the consensus is to say, this guy is really, you know, he has the potential to continue going. And so if he comes with a better package than last year, with his A game, Phil Heath is, you know, he'll win another one. But I've never seen Dexter looking the way he looks, and I really love Dexter's physique.
At the New York, he looked phenomenal. So I'd say it's safe to say 1 and 2, Phil and Dexter.
I think that'll be pretty much.
Do you think anybody can topple those two? And if it is, maybe, oh man, those two are just.
I don't see anyone really toppling those two, but I do see some great, some great contenders out there. Like I said, you got new guys coming up that you have to look out for that cannot be overlooked, like Justin Compton, like Dallas McCarver. This he's a freak of nature almost.
God, he looks. I hear he's strong as hell too. I hear his feats of strength are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hear it's Ron. I've heard the term Ronnie-like, and you can't say that without me going shh. But it comes from credible sources. I've never seen him train, never trained with him, but. You know, and there's, speaking of new guys coming up, what about old guys coming back? Levrone.
I think Levrone is definitely going to be somewhere in the top 6. You know.
Yeah, I've heard different stories. I've heard him being 230. I've heard him being 260. I saw those pics that were leaked, and he looked shredded, but it didn't look 3D like Phil would look. But again, it was like a back shot. It was like, it was like just getting a booty shot with just the booty, like without the rest of the body on it, you know, from a girl.
Well, here's my take on that. And this is the thing that everyone has to take in consideration is you can't really determine or make a final pick until it's the day of the show. Because, you know, anyone can look good before the show. And then you get on the stage and it's like, what happened? But Levrone, I believe his experience and knowing how to come on the stage and knowing how to build up to the show, I think that's going to go a long way with him. So how he looks now, I wouldn't even pay attention to that. I'll just pay attention to the fact that this guy knows what he's doing.
He's the master of peaking.
Yeah, and he's got an awesome circle around him. So that's the thing to look forward to. Another thing that really sparks my attention is Victor Martinez.
Yeah, he has no distractions.
No distractions. From what I've heard, he's looking better than he's ever looked. I haven't seen him personally, so I don't know how he looks personally. But I know a guy like I know a guy like Victor, he has the potential to carve out some high position.
So you got that, you got Rolly. So let's just in order. Let's say just you had to pick an order. I know it's hard, like because you could. Everything from even 1 to 2 I can flip flop right now.
Yeah.
So what's your top 6?
My top 6, man. You asked a hard thing, brother.
And that's why we're here, man. We don't do it easy.
Okay, well definitely, it's 1 or 2 is gonna go either way between Phil and Dexter. Number 3, again, I don't want to count or discount Shawn Rhoden. He's been top 3 or 4 for the last few years, the last 4 years or so. I don't see him really changing any of that. I see him being, 3 or 4. I mean, it's really hard.
It's crazy. It's a crazy lineup. This might be the best Olympia since Ronnie's days.
I mean, everybody's coming with some quality muscles, great physique. Just, some serious freaks, man. I mean, I admire all these guys. Like I say, Justin Compton looks really good.
I actually put him 3 or 4 with Shawn. I actually like him there. He's gotten better. His condition was off the Arnold at the Arnold. Since then, he came to Arnold, Australia, 100% improved. In fact, in prejudging, because Kai got off the flight literally, you know how flights can screw you up. I don't think Kai gave it enough time. I had Compton beat. I was there. I had Compton over Kai in the prejudging in Australia. So I think Compton is a freak. It's just a change every day. And then if you throw a limp, the thing is with Kevin, like the top 6 is so competitive. Like unless Kevin brings a better than his best back in the day. But again, here's what I tell people about Kevin. This is the longest, you realize this is the longest Kevin's ever trained for a show. He never trained over 12 weeks a year. The guy never had an off season. He had off and then he had season. He never had a true gaining off season. He went and played in a rock band at 170 pounds. And then he'd get on stage at 240 pounds at the Olympia. The guy's the best, he's the biggest genetic freak out there. Like I've even done videos saying that, Phil has great genetics. Levrone has alien genetics.
Yeah, he is. Now, the leverage that Levrone is coming into this show with is the fact that his body is pretty much virgin.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taken all that time off. A lot of people will discount him because of his age. I'd say he's coming in just like he's a youth. He's bringing his youth back. He's restored. His body is not like a normal a guy who's been doing this for 52 years. I mean, there's some things, injuries, some nicks and nags, some aches and pains and things you got to work around. And, of course, most of these guys out here, their receptors are all bad and, they're just not, their body's just breaking down. But Levrone, on the other hand, I see him, he's not coming in all beat up. He's coming in really fresh. And I think that's going to be some real leverage that the guy has for him.
Yeah, so, we're not getting an exact top 10, but I think we got an idea that it's going to be a hell of an Olympia. I'll be there. You'll be there, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
We're going to have a booth there. I'm going to be there from like 3 to 5 every day. I got meetings all day. But again, it's going to be epic. So looking forward to it, man. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate your predictions. Always great coming from a pro who knows these guys. And I think what we could take out of it is don't just automatically put Phil as a shoe-in for first. Because Dexter, I had dinner with Dexter, was it 3.5 months back? And he's like, Phil doesn't know what I'm bringing to the stage, and that was a little bit ago. So I think Dexter's got his I
told Dexter in Australia that if there was anyone able to beat Phil,
it's him.
It was him.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna agree with you.
So it's not gonna be a walk in the park for anybody on the stage.
And my big wild card, top 3, if he can bring conditioning, I'm gonna throw this out there in case it happens. Rami, if Aceto can bring him in shredded, we've never seen Big Rami under 6% body fat. We've never seen him lean. We've seen him lean. We've never seen him shredded. If he comes in shredded, it's going to be crazy.
Because the size alone is just...
He made... while Phil beat him last year, you were there.
But he dwarfed.
He made Phil look like a child.
Yeah, he did.
And again, when I was at the Body Power, Phil made Kai look like a child this year. Because Kai's not really... he's traveling, he's doing his thing, he's not prepping for anything. Yeah. But, the discrepancy of Rami versus everybody else on stage as far as just pure muscle and he has that small waist.
Oh, man.
If he can come in with shredded glutes, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's someone that
big dude.
I mean that guy, he really hasn't even tapped into his best yet. He's a guy that we have not seen the best of running.
He's enormous. He is enormous. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Click on the link down below. Ronnie Coleman Signature Series. Yeah, buddy. The pre-workout, America flavor amino tone. The other flavors, the cherry limeade is ridiculous too. Click on it. We got bills to pay. That's not a game.